Welcome back to the Sheffield Wednesday View. It was going so well against Stoke for at least 4 minutes. They were out of the bottom three. And then Luke Cundle just burst the Wednesday bubble. And we go again now as we preview the game against Blackburn. Let's check in with our spirits of our owls this week. Matt, let's come to you first this time. I feel almost as if I'm going through this with you. I know, although no, I'm not. All the commentators, when I listen to the reports of this view, have a view that Wednesday are heading down. Say it isn't so, Matt.
I can completely understand how outside of asylum it may look like that. I would argue that the 30-odd thousand people who were in the asylum on Saturday still are scratching their heads as how we've not walked away with 3 points. I still personally don't believe the fat lady's singing, but she is warming up her vocal cords quite heavily, and there's 5 minutes to a curtain call here. Our honest answer is the first half on Saturday, we were absolutely brilliant. First half, we completely dominated a side in Stoke who looked like they were out of ideas. We had play in between sort of the lines between defensive midfield. We were creating a lot of chances. We hit the bar. There was an outstanding save made in the first half by Iverson in goal from Ike Ugbo, where realistically, from a Sheffield Wednesday perspective, Ike Ugbo has to score. It is, however, with my blue-tinted spectacles off, it's an outstanding save. Going at half-time and you're thinking this is just a matter of time. That matter of time arrives with a brilliant goal from Liam Palmer, who nearly took the net off with the volley. There was a lot of anger. Hillsborough erupted. There was a lot of jubilation, people kind of getting very giddy about themselves. And then somebody tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Oh, we're out the relegation zone here." Mm-hmm. As Stoke broke and slotted the ball away in the back of the net. And we're back down to exactly where we are. It is frustrating, but as I've been saying, and I'm not going to change my tune for a couple of weeks. I've been saying it for a couple of weeks. I'm not about to change my tune now. Deflating, yes. Exactly the same as we have been feeling for months. No. It picks you. It really does knock you down, but it is how many times as a fan base and as a side you can pick yourself up off the mat. Frustrating, but again, 3 unbeaten is the positive.
Okay. Andrew, anything to add to that?
Well, how much time have we got? Now, sadly, the goals have dried up for Mr. Ugbo. Remember I said to you, he was playing with Cardiff. He scored 4 goals in 22 matches for them. They said at Cardiff he started off really great, then the goals dried up. I hope that is not going to be the case with us, because he's not scored for us since he got the winning goal against Rotherham 8 matches ago. So 8 matches without a goal is not very good, really, for a striker who's been brought to try and score goals to help keep us in that league. So we need that. The other key thing against Stoke, obviously, we had to score. In that first half, especially the first half an hour, how on earth we did not score was beggared belief. We had to get the early goal. It was crucial to get an early goal, because the longer it went on 0-0, then the more nervy it became. And even when we took the lead 1-0, 1 goal was never enough, as we know. We needed a second goal to be sure. And they've got a substitute who's come on there to make an impression. He gets the chance. Nobody picks him up on the wing there. I could see what was going to happen before it even happened, that they're going to get the ball to him. And there was nobody there to sort of block his run, and off he goes, and he slots in their equaliser. Very, very frustrating. A match, 2 points have gone missing there and have put us under real pressure now for these 3 games left. And we have definitely got to aim for 50 points. I'm just hoping 50 is going to be enough. And that means 6 points. So, of course, that would still mean if we lost Sunday, by any chance, hope we don't, and then we bounce back and beat West Brom and Sunderland, last match, Louis, we could still maybe make it. But who wants the pressure of the last match? We want to get this, give ourselves a bit more hope by getting the result this Sunday now, urgently. We've got to play like we did at QPR. Go to Blackburn, do what we did at QPR, get the goal early on, put pressure on them, and then get a second if we can, break away 2-0, even better. But 2-1, the reason I said 2-1, I think Blackburn, obviously, they got Smodics. He's dangerous. He's the best striker in that league, without a shadow of doubt.
Okay. We'll come and review the Blackburn game with Harry, our Blackburn fan, in a second. I just want to ask you about these players out of contract before we get to the end of the season. We don't know which league you're going to be in, so some of these questions are going to be a little bit tricky for you both. It's a long list. rather than going through the whole list, Matt, if I was to ask you, apart from Barry Bannon, who obviously deserves a contract, and we all hope that he's still in the blue and white next season, who else on that list should Mr. Chairman be making sure is here next year?
Liam Palmer, Dominic Iorfa, Deshaun Bernard. If you are looking at a lone player, Jan Poveda, everybody else can be shown the door for me.
Nice. Andrew?
I agree with what Matt has said there mainly, but I still want to see Cameron Dawson go at the moment. We definitely need to have two goalkeepers there. I want Dawson there as well as the Beadle who's there currently. And Will Vauxhall, he's a frustrating cause. He really is, and he got ability sometimes and can really produce it for us. I don't know. Maybe yes, maybe no. Hard to say. And then Ugbo, well, please, but you better score these next 3 matches, Ugbo, otherwise definitely you're on your way. Go back to Cardiff or wherever.
The loans as well. I'm not sure what the money situation would be like, and of course you don't know which league you're going to be in. But would you break the bank to sign Poveda?
Yeah, Poveda would be on a free transfer from Leeds. He's out of contract in the summer. It's a case of whether he would want to let himself in for the shambles that is Sheffield Wednesday behind the scenes. He's signed up for January through until the end of the season, so there must be something wrong with him. James Beadle, if we stay up, I would like to potentially re-sign him for a full season in the Championship. His distribution mistakes have been highlighted by a number of different outlets, but he has saved us more points than he has cost us more points at the back end of the season. Jeff Hendrick is one of the worst midfielders I've seen at Hillsborough, aside from a one-touch finish against Leicester to earn us a point earlier in the season. Ashley Fletcher, I'm honestly not sure whether he should continue playing football from what I've seen this season. He, at the start of the season, said it was make or break for him this season. For a striker to come into a club and not score a single goal and not even look like scoring, it's just, I actually feel a little bit sorry for him, because it is clearly he's shot to bits of confidence. I've just ripped into shreds there. He needs to go to a club in League One, League Two, might be us in League One, but a club in League One or League Two, and play his football. Christian Pedersen has done okay for cover, but no, you need to be signing better players than what we have aside from Poveda. Ugbo would be great. It would cost a fee, which we simply won't pay.
Okay. All right, then
Poveda and Beadle for me out of those 5 here. Matt summed it up perfectly well. But more importantly, is come the end of the season, we're going to be looking at getting players in who actually want to play for Wednesday, who are good enough to play for Wednesday next season, put on the shirt and play for the club and play for the fans. We have got passionate fans there, and we deserve a strong team for those fans. Simple as that.
All right, let's bring in our Blackburn fan, Harry, then. Thank you both very much for that. Let's dip into it. Andrew, what needs to happen at Blackburn? This has to be a must-win, I think, now for Wednesday.
Well, let's turn the clock back first, shall we? Let's go back to the 2nd December this season. 4 months ago, Blackburn Rovers were 21 points ahead of Sheffield Wednesday. We're looking as a playoff outfit. We're trying to get into the playoffs. They played us at Hillsborough. I was on BBC Radio 5 Live that night, 6:06. We were 12 points adrift of the 4th bottom team. And both Messrs Sutton and Savage said Wednesday were down already. I said, we're not down already, and I was hoping to get back to them. You think there's been a 21-point turnaround, and we should have been level with Blackburn Rovers if this weekend results had gone to what I thought was going to happen, i.e. Blackburn were expected to lose at Leeds, and we should have beaten Stoke, and we could have beaten Stoke. And if that had happened, as the pundits thought might happen, we'd be level with Blackburn now. But no, it didn't happen. Blackburn, credit to them, they got the win. Obviously, we got a draw at Leeds, even with a poor team at the start of the season. So it is doable to get results at Leeds. But Blackburn, fair credit to them, they won. Also got a great goal scorer there, Smodics. I agree 100%. Smodics is the best player that's hit that championship team this season that I've seen there. A terrific goal scorer. And then because of that, we now find ourselves realising this game is a win at all costs. We've blown 2 crucial home win chances against Swansea and Stoke, which have cost us big time. And now we're very nervous because we now definitely need 6 points from these last 3 games to reach that magic figure of 50. And it's not easy, and we can't afford to slip up at Blackburn. We can't afford to slip up.
Matt, you are going to be one of 7,000 travelling away fans for this fixture. I've never heard of such an away support for a team so bad. I've got to be honest. And Harry, can I just ask, are we in danger here of the away support outnumbering the home support at all, or? I don't know the late readers.
No, there won't be any danger of that. I think there'll be a decent Rovers turnout. I mean, Sheffield Wednesday will obviously bring impressive numbers, but I think knowing what's online for Rovers, I think everyone knows a win and we're safe. I think there'll be a decent turnout.
There was a lot of anger. Did I read that they've given them of Wednesday so many, given obviously the importance of the fixture?
Yeah, but we've given everyone. There was a lot of frustration with that, but we've given the same to everyone. And Sheffield Wednesday, they'll sell that, and that's more money for us. So I understand why they would want to give the whole end. I think it would be a bit ridiculous to give everyone the whole end for the whole season, and then Sheffield Wednesday just give them half.
Okay. Yeah, Matt, you're going to be one of the 7,000. There is no more two ways about it, is it? You've got 3 games left, and you have to win all 3.
Correct. Yeah, I agree. Just on that attendance, I know Blackburn have just released another 400 today, so it'll be 7,400 there. and Blackburn have just released another 400. I think that was for fear of people buying tickets in the home end, potentially. It's a must-win. I've been saying it for a number of weeks. They're must-win games whenever we seem to relieve the pressure on ourselves. I mean, we were out the relegation zone for all of 3 minutes on Saturday afternoon. It's a must-win. I am hoping and praying on the fact of when we've needed a big away win this year, we've gone and got them. That doesn't fill me with confidence after Saturday, even though I do still feel that there is a very strong chance of staying up, just because I feel every single game at the moment just sways people's emotions so much one way or another. You rightly said earlier when you were talking to Harry, the pendulum swings one way and it now looks like Blackburn are safe. Results go okay on Saturday for both sides, and whoever wins that could either be right back in the middle of it or be safe in Blackburn's case. For ourselves, yeah, it's an absolute must-win game. Absolute must-win game. And I know that you don't ever want to boil a side down to one player. Sam Smodics came to Hillsborough, scored. Again, he seems to have scored against everybody this year, but scored. We went out and won the game 3-1 at a time where it was hard to see where we were going to turn a corner and claw that deficit back. I would be surprised if it's anywhere near as high a scoreline as that on Saturday. But it is, yeah, you're rightly saying, Mike, it's a must-win, and as are all of them now. We've had the opportunities to take care of business. We haven't done so. We're now potentially relying on favours from other people. It's now a case of, yeah, you have to win your games. You don't win your games, we don't stay up. Simple as.
Yeah,
that's astounding that we're actually taking 7,500 then to Blackburn, and we're near the bottom of this championship. When I was there, when we we had 5,000 there for the Football League Cup semi-final in 1993. We won 4-2, 5,000 Wednesday fans. So 7,500 there for this. Absolutely remarkable. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And the only club that I'd say, point apart, like you say about Blackburn having given out tickets like that away supporters for, the only teams ever bring anywhere near as many as that to Blackburn, I'm sure, besides us, probably Sunderland, and then maybe Leeds third best. No one else in that league would be taking 7,500 to Blackburn.
Okay.
Not a chance.
Sorry, just to go in, Mark, just having said all of that, Attendance FC don't win anything.
Agreed. Yeah, I know that.
It don't win anything. Flat out.
But be proud, Matt. Be proud. Be proud.
I am. But when we've had big away attendances, it's flat. Is the honest answer.
Yeah, and not to burst your bubble anymore, but this isn't just Blackburn Rovers. This is a Eustace Blackburn Rovers that loves to play for a draw and will be very happy to let you have the ball and sit back and cast this to 0-0. Knowing that a 0-0 will probably relegate you. Harry, am I wrong on that?
Well, I think Eustace ball is, as you described, that's certainly how it was against Leeds. We'll sit back, we'll make it difficult, we'll make it uncomfortable. We don't care about having the ball. We trust that we've got good enough players to produce the goods when we have got the ball, even if we're not having it as regularly.
Okay. All right, let's get some score predictions then. And then, Harry, I would like you to talk about these contracts with me. Harry, you can go first because you're at home.
Well, I don't think you can ever write off a team like Sheffield Wednesday. There's a few teams like that that always they'll bring a big crowd, they'll make a lot of atmosphere, and they can make it difficult. I mean, Sheffield Wednesday, as you said earlier, Sheffield Wednesday started this turgid run for Rovers when we were high flying, and now we're in the situation that we are. That started at Hillsborough. So we've had first-hand experience this season that Sheffield Wednesday can be a solid side and can be difficult to beat. I mean, I think it'll be a close game. Like I said, it'll be so Rovers to go to Leeds and win and then lose here. Yeah, I mean, it's not one that I'm particularly confident for anyway. But given the fact that I've predicted us to lose the last few weeks and that's worked out well for us, I'm gonna if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm gonna predict that Sheffield Wednesday win 2-1.
Matt.
1-0 Wednesday.
Andrew.
Yeah, well, you'll be pleased to know I was there also at Blackburn, a very crucial match 44 years ago, almost to the very day, would you believe, when we played them this week. It was the 22nd of April, 1980, when Jack Charlton was our manager. We went to Blackburn, we won there 2-1 to get promotion from the 3rd tier up to the 2nd tier. We're going there this Sunday to win there again 2-1 to try and stay up in the Championship. We're going to do it.
All right, listen to you both. Thank you, and good luck then for this massive game at Ewood this weekend. Just one final thing, not to upset you even more. Last week on this channel, we did a video about who should be the next Sunderland manager, and the number one choice from most of the comments in that was one Danny Rohl. So not only is this huge for your players under contract, but win or lose, this might be the third to last game that you see of Danny.
Yeah,
why would he go to Sunderland? Why go to Sunderland? Wednesday is just as big as Sunderland. He'll stay with us. He loves the club. What I've seen so far, the way he's been warming to the fans, okay, money talks. We know the old story, money talks, but stay with us, Danny. Stay with the boys.
There is a lot of rumours, Mark, that he's under a 2.5-year deal when he originally signed with us, which is a positive because it means that we would get a fee for him. If we are in League One, I'm not kidding myself, he won't be here next season. I'm not even going to try and kid myself that he will be staying for a League One campaign next year. I can't see that brand of football being played at Leyton Orient away. Personally, I think Sunderland fans who are screaming for him would be right to. He is an outstanding manager. He makes mistakes. He will do. He's the same age as myself. So he will make mistakes. However, he's managed to capture a fan base the way that no other manager, I would argue, has done since we've dropped out of the Premier League. And that is irrespective of what Darren Moore did for us last year. That's irrespective of what, going back into ancient history almost in terms of Carvajal, what he did. He has come in and captured a fan base. If he went up to Sunderland and did a similar job with a better budget and better players, I mean, realistically, I would be tipping them for a promotion push next year because he is, and his coaching staff, he is that good. It's a very smart move.
In fairness,
thank you. I'm going to leave it there.
I must add, in fairness to Carlos did get our fans behind him, especially the years we got to Wembley and played against Hull. And he's a very passionate guy for Wednesday as well, Carlos. He really was very passionate. All right,
I've kept you long enough. Thank you very much, both of you. Good luck against Blackburn. We'll be watching on Sunday, live on Sky. Fingers crossed for you both, and we'll catch you to talk about it all next week and to preview the West Brom game as well. Good luck.